true, I suppose. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear you fine. Can you hear us?
Yeah, that's brilliant.
Okay, good. Nice to meet you. I'm Fiona. This is Neil.
Neil.
Nice to meet you. I'm Jenny.
Nice to meet you.
Right, so before we get into the questions, can I just ask how you pronounce the name of the band?
That's absolutely fine. We've had a lot. Gefahrgeists.
Yeah, we pronounce it Gefahrgeist.
We pronounce it
Never actually ran it
Gefahrgeist.
by a German.
Yeah,
speaker,
Germans say Gefahrgeist apparently. We've just been saying this for about 2 years now, so it feels like
So that doesn't sound
weird
right
to
me.
change it. Yeah, Gefahrgeist doesn't feel right.
So Gefahrgeist, let's do it.
Yeah.
Okay, either one.
Either one.
I'll get it wrong anyway in a minute.
Yeah, probably.
All right.
So,
do you want to tell us how Gefahrgeist began?
Yeah, sure. Do you want to take this one?
Yeah, I'll go with it. I think, well, we first met back in, uni?
Yeah.
The illustrious Edinburgh Napier. I know you've heard of
Glorified college.
Yeah, well. And I don't know, we don't really hang around much in uni because, I mean...
I don't know, you were 2 years above me?
Yeah, I
above
was
me?
part of the cool crowd, wouldn't you? Seem dead to you.
That's fair, to be fair.
I think it was a couple of years after uni we wound up being in the same wedding band because that's the only quick way to make money from music.
Well, it was, not this year, but it used to be a good way to make money
For
from
good
music.
years. Remember money?
Yeah.
And I think it was, yeah, we started driving to gigs together, realised we had a lot in common. And I think you were around at mine one day and I was showing you some of my stuff. And you were just like, oh yeah, sounds pretty good. Yeah, send it to me. I'll put some vocals over it. And I was just like, you'll do no such thing. These are instrumental tracks. They will remain as such. Can't have you
they'll
ruining
stay in my
it,
computer
you
forever.
senseless mewling.
So yeah.
But she was like, oh yeah, no, send me them anyway and I'll have a listen to them. I like them. So I sent them to her and 3 days later she sends me back like a track. And we're like, hey, I put some vocals in your track. And I'm just like, how dare you? You have no business.
Really insulted.
And then I listened to them and I was like, oh, that actually sounds pretty good. So I sheepishly got back in touch.
Wow.
And I was like, oh, yeah, well, maybe you can do some...
Maybe you can do 1 or 2 songs, I don't know, we'll see.
And then, what, 2 years later, we've released one track.
Yep, 1 track with an album coming in 2030.
Well, you say that, but
yeah.
It'll get pushed back.
Yeah.
Years, maybe.
We'll see.
Whoa. Have faith.
Yeah, have faith. You've got a secretary now, me, so we'll see how fast we can get it done.
And
it's hard.
when did both your interests in music begin then? Was it from a young age?
Yeah, for me, I think, according to my mum, I've been singing since I was like not a baby. Whenever I could form sounds, I was basically singing. So from then, and I was an only child, so most of my like childhood nights was like in my room playing with toys and singing along to albums and stuff and making up stories. So that's like well back in the early times. And then in primary school, I got a chance to learn violin. So that kind of kicked everything off, really learned to read music and write it and perform it to like a classical level. Then I learned guitar, a bit of piano, not much, I know. All right, okay, and not much. But yeah, multi-instrumentalist, not good at any of them. Everyone's a multi-instrumentalist.
Better than me.
Then did the singer-songwriter thing for a wee while in sort of late teens, and then went to Edinburgh to study it properly. And I realised I wasn't as good as everybody else, but you know, might as well try. How did you get into it, Neil?
Same way. Well, I had a dad who played guitar, a dad and a brother who played guitar, so I wasn't allowed to learn guitar, so I picked up bass to, you know, get girls.
Yeah, that didn't go well.
Yeah, it didn't pan out. Nobody told me. And then, yeah, just all along the line, picked up other stuff, got into writing music, and then, yeah, went from secondary school to college because I got terrible marks in my exams. And then eventually they let me into uni, which, you know, I still regret to this day. And
You're just getting a bad advert here.
yeah, well, this started it.
Yeah, they just...
Well, so there it is, fairly standard. When everyone else was going out with women, I was in my room learning bass.
Yep.
I
fiddling
think
on his
about it, it's
computer.
actually a really sad story.
It is, yeah. Both of them are fairly sad. I'm playing with toys and singing along to albums like a crazy person, and you're sitting there with your bass.
So there it is.
A couple of sad humans, yeah. There we go. And now we're musicians.
That's why we get on so well.
Yeah, it is.
Nice. So, dare I ask, who have been your influences for your music?
That's a good question. We've been compared a lot to Bonobo and 07, guys like that. For me, it's probably like female singer-songwriter musicians that I heard growing up. So like Melanie, Mary Chapin Carpenter, Beth Nielsen Chapman, people like that. But I think for you, it's entirely different. It's like a cinematic and video
Yeah,
games.
kind of. I started out playing. I started out like NoFX actually.
Oh yeah.
All started with kind of like 80s punk bands and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah, I got really into video game and film music as well. That's kind of
The
like...
sad story continues.
And, yeah, a lot of that. And then there's a lot of, like, I don't know, I get a lot of hip-hop these days.
Me too,
people
actually. You
like
got me
Aesop
into
Rock
that, yeah.
and
Lush Life.
and, yeah, Run the Jewels and all that. 'Cause, I don't know, we're not really hip-hop, but I think the kind of production style influences our music a lot.
Yeah, it is.
And then there's kind of like the sad folksy stuff like Townes Van Zandt and Nick Drake, which I don't think actually really gets into my music, but I like listen to it anyway.
I think probably chordally. I don't know. Is that word chordally?
No.
No, it is now.
You should know
It's a
that.
bit of everything,
Yeah,
really.
I've got to agree. It is a bit of everything. You can kind of tell that in the songs.
Well, yeah, the
as
film
well,
music
I'd
as
say.
well, kind of.
Film music, yeah, as well as a
John
big
Williams and
influence.
whatnot.
We realised, I think you realised that it's easier to write like a big orchestral score on like electronically rather than hire a full orchestra. And that might have been why.
It's cheaper.
It's cheaper. Definitely that. So yeah, a big mix of stuff really that's influenced us.
So, if you could describe your music in just 3 words to make someone to go listen to it, what would those 3 words be?
You take 2 words and I'll take 1 word.
Okay, depressing.
Dreamy.
You could have just picked and.
I know. I realise that now. Oh, well, depressing, dreamy.
I don't know, like, we kind of set a false precedent with Graceless, because it's quite upbeat and boppy, and most of our stuff is actually pretty grim.
Depressing, dreamy, grim. That's horrible. That's
Strawberry.
Strawberry. Let's put strawberry.
Strawberry.
The last word.
I'll make sure to put that in the description.
Thank you. It's the weirdest EPK ever, probably.
So, the new single Bracelet is out now, yeah? Do you want to tell us a bit about that one?
Yep, that one came about a year ago. I think I was just waiting for a student to turn up to a vocal lesson, and there's a piano in that room, so I was just playing just the weirdest major chords I could think of, stringing them together and trying to put a melody over it. And the student's name was Grace, and she hadn't turned up, so I was Graceless, and that's pretty funny to me. And then the lyrics sort of came after that. I think I only had 4 chords and like 2 lines, and I just gave it all to you. It was like, Neil, help. And
I did all the hard stuff.
he did the hard stuff, yeah. So that's kind of how it started. And then we just layered millions of harmonies on top of it, and yeah, boom, put some harp on it from Esther Swift, and there you go.
And that only took a year.
That only took a year.
I must say though, it is very good. You sent
Thank
me
you.
a copy of it, and I really enjoyed it.
I'm glad. Thank you very much, Jenny.
Well, I do want to ask, do you like work together on creating the song, or do you do your own bits separately and then put it together at the end?
Sort of mixed, really, isn't it?
Okay, it depends. Usually if I write a song, to be honest, I mostly... If Fiona has something she needs to do, she'll go into a room and she'll have done it in an hour. And if I have something I need to do, I'll go into my bedroom and stay in there for weeks at a time. She'll knock on the door and be like, Neil, I haven't seen you in weeks, what you been doing? And I'll just be sitting there like,
Hunched over.
I won't have showered in days.
No.
And I'll just be being like, oh, it's terrible for you.
Yeah, it's rubbish.
It's rubbish. And she'll listen to it and she'll be like, oh, I think it's pretty good. And I'll be like, shut up. What do you
So
know?
I'm the dark. No, I'm the light and you're the dark, really. So yeah, my stuff, like, I think when you give me a song or you give me an instrumental song, it takes me like a day maybe to think of like lyrics, melody, everything like that. But for you, it's a whole soundscape of stuff, so it takes like so much longer.
Yeah,
I think.
I get really bogged down in the minutia, and I basically listen to it to the point of redundancy until I just start to hate it after a while, and then you have to go.
And then it's done.
And then you have to go away from it for weeks, and you come back in like a few weeks and listen to it again. You're like, it's actually all right.
Yeah.
See, I don't know. I think
Mm-hmm.
I think I pretty much wind up hating every song we ever write.
Probably.
I'm only really listening to like Graceless now and thinking, actually that sounds okay. I'm not entirely happy with it. Some things could be louder, some people could be quieter. But all in all, yeah, it's fine.
What a great ad for your own
It's
music.
great. It is
Fine.
great.
I think it's
I'm
great.
glad you
Thank
enjoy
you. I still think it's great.
Eventually, I will be pleased with it.
Yeah, well, yeah. 50 years time.
Once I forget how I wrote it and everything. Yeah.
There you go. If you removed yourself from it, you'd probably think it was okay. Yeah.
That's the way it is, though, I suppose, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Anything you release is automatically personal, and if you're attached to it, for me anyway, if I hear something I've done, I'm like, nope, and then I have to sort of distance myself from it and come back and be like, oh, actually, that's not bad because I'm attached to it, if that makes sense.
Well, it's the same with any song. You listen to it over and over and over again, you start to hear all the things that you think are wrong with it.
You're basically doing Chinese water torture on yourself, but with music,
Kind
of.
of.
You're listening to it over and over and over again.
Weird analogy, but yeah,
Well,
I guess it works.
That's fair.
Wow.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Long process. Anyway, sorry.
I have seen on Twitter that you have had some radio play as well.
Oh, it's been really, really nice. Everyone's been really responsive, which has been lovely.
We'll see when we get the
try
royalty
and
money. We'll see how I feel about it.
PRS cash comes in, we'll be happy then. Oh gosh, can I name them all? There's Radio Wigwam. We were playing on BBC a few weeks back on the afternoon show, which was a big deal for me because Janice Forsyth is someone I've listened to since I was like very, very wee on the radio. So hearing her say that she liked it was a big moment for me. A few other radio stations as well that have all escaped my brain, unfortunately. 382 Radio, they've played us. Only Rock Radio, they spun us today. Smell Radio, Cumbernauld FM have been really nice, as has Cam Glen Radio on their daily playlist. Yeah, but a bunch of people have just been super nice about it. Like, they've just got back to us and said, yeah, we love it, we'll put it in their weekly list or our weekly show or something. And just to have
that must feel amazing though, that.
Oh yeah, that response is mad, because I've not released a lot of stuff, but stuff I have released and I've emailed lots of radio stations. Quite often it's just kind of either thanks, it's not really our thing, or like nothing at all, which is I completely understand, because they get inundated with emails like every day from mugs like me trying to release music, so it makes a lot of sense. But to get such a reaction, a positive reaction, does feel really like gratifying, especially after all the admin of press releases and all the admin of publicity and that sort of thing. It feels nice to have it back.
Convince me it sounds fine.
Convince you it sounds fine. Make sure he's okay, and then make sure I'm scheduling everything on social media and all the radio play. It's fine. I'm spinning a lot of plates, but we're doing okay. We're holding it together.
The kind of deal is I just do the music stuff and all the kind of social media and stuff. Like, I mean, Fee has to. I just don't get it.
Yeah.
And the whole thing
He's
seems
an old
inane
man.
to me.
Yeah.
It took me a while to get used to it, mind.
It's weird. I miss Bebo though, honestly. That was the best.
Simpler in my day.
Yeah, in my day with Bebo.
It was in my day as well.
I kind of miss MySpace.
How about that?
I didn't really have a MySpace. I went straight to Bebo, I think. I didn't have that. Did you have a MySpace? No, of course not. He was too cool for MySpace.
I'm not cool enough. I don't know. This stuff kind of went over my head. And
they did have a cool test at the start of Bebo, so you had to pass that to actually get on it.
Well, then I would have fallen at the first hurdle then.
Right, so what has been the most important thing that both of you have learned in your life?
Musically? Oh, in our life? Oh, wow. That's a big question. Something that I've kind of learned recently, like this year, in terms of being a musician, is that I think it's important to listen to other people's like local artists' music and other small artists' music as well, and sort of share their songs and tell them that you like them, because otherwise everyone's just shouting into a void. So I think that's something I've tried to do this year, is try and support and promote artists other than myself, and sort of trying to create a bit more of a community thing around independent music, rather than again everyone just posting here's my new song and then nobody saying anything. So I quite like what's happening now, where I'm doing like a review show of 3 Scottish artists every week, and the artists all get involved and they all like say thanks very much, and they listen to everybody else's songs, and there's much more of a sort of, I don't want to say positive vibe because I feel like that's a horrible hashtag, but yeah, there's much more of a positive atmosphere, there we go, around the Scottish music scene, or at least in my little corner of it, which I really like. So I'd say, share other people's stuff, and also, encourage them to share your stuff too. Yeah. Otherwise, the void is endless. What have you got, Neil?
That was a good answer. I was just going to say my times tables.
Your Some people, yeah.
I don't know. Probably recently. I don't think I have actually learned not to do it. I think I need to relearn it every time, not to get too bogged down in the minutiae. Probably listen to Fee more about when a song's actually done, but we'll go through the same rigmarole every tune we
It's
release.
quicker now, though. It's not. Yeah, it's getting quicker.
Is it? God,
yeah, the one
like
we're working on just now, I think it's only been a couple of months, really.
That's true, actually. Even that one's not finished yet. It probably won't be till 2027.
It's closer to completion than a lot of them have been over the course of like a couple of months. So yeah, we're getting faster at it. It's still really complicated and time consuming, but we're getting faster at it.
Yeah.
I'd say.
Hopefully I'll get better.
So don't get bogged down in the little details is your one.
I spend far too much time in between playing video games or whatever, but
I think it's fine. It's good to have some downtime.
Yeah, but I know
from your downtime.
All your downtime. Time something at the moment, so.
Yeah.
So, another random question. If you could support any band or musician, dead or alive, who would it be and why?
Do you want to just go for ABBA?
Yeah. I wouldn't even think. Yeah, ABBA, let's do it.
That'd be cool. I don't know, you've gone really into ABBA recently, and I feel like that'd be a really fun gig.
I used to think I was like, ABBA, that's too soft for me, but no, ABBA are amazing.
Yeah, they're really good. They've got loads of amazing tracks. What's the lesser known one that you like again?
I don't know. The Visitors. That's a good
The Visitors, yeah. Check out The Visitors by ABBA if you haven't heard it.
Yeah, I know. I really fun
show. Yeah, it's a really, really good. It's like a weird alien sort of space vibe. It's cool. That'd just be a really fun gig to do, wouldn't it? To support one of the biggest bands in the world.
Yeah, I don't know. We're really remotely good enough, but
no, we're nowhere near good enough. But we've got one song. But if we were, we'd love to go and support ABBA.
I don't think ABBA are still going, but you know.
We'll get them back together for us, though.
Are they all still alive? I'm really into ABBA,
It's a
but
dark
I don't know.
question. I don't know.
I can't help.
I think they're all.
I can't help with that
still
either.
alive.
Yeah.
Hope so.
Let's
Otherwise,
see.
it would just be.
A bit sad. Yeah.
Right. So, obviously, COVID-19. We'll talk briefly about that. It's had a massive impact on the music industry this year. So, how's it affected you guys, or has it? Music.
Well, you'd say no.
Well, I would say yes because I don't have as much money as I used to.
Oh, that's true. Yes. Well, we're in a wedding band, as we said, most of the year, and sadly, that's all either moved or cancelled till 2021 and beyond, which was a bit of a blow. It's pretty much the worst thing that can happen to a function band. All your gigs going, so that was a bit of a hard pill to swallow at the start of the year, and going forward, just that's a lot of our income kind of gone. But luckily, I think the flip side of that is we're actually able to finish the songs and focus on our original music for a bit, which we've been meaning to do for, as we say, about 2 years. And for me as well, it's kind of helped me find a bit more, just time to write and time to just kind of, again, like I was saying before, build the sort of independent music community a wee bit and just share other people's stuff and actually get back into music again, rather than singing Bryan Adams for the 150,000th time on a Saturday night. So it's been quite nice in some ways. And then
remember how to play Bryan Adams.
That's fine. You don't have to for a couple of months more.
So
and
that's the plus side.
That's the plus side.
Do you think it's going to change how the music industry works? Like I've noticed a lot of bands and stuff doing online live streaming on a weekend and all this. Do you think this is how it's going to go?
I would say for at least next year, I'd say online streaming is probably going to remain a viable gigging option over actually everyone going to a venue, because the risk involved with that, even into next year, even when we get a vaccine, is still a bit insurmountable, even for smaller indie artists, because like the budget is just not really there to host a gig anyway. Never mind a gig with PPE and extra staff and social distancing. It's I can't even imagine the cost of that. So I think online ticketed streaming could come back. I know a lot of venues are starting to hire out their lovely spaces for just that purpose, doing an online stream. So that will probably be a big thing, I think, in 2021, where there's a couple of people in the audience, but there's like an online stream as well, probably. I can see that being, the sort of future of music going into next year. And then maybe one day we'll get proper gigs back.
Never stop gigging. Musicians are just desperate for attention.
We are. Online's not enough.
Look at me.
Look at me. Yeah. So we need that back. Vaccine or no vaccine, we're going to get that back.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. It's a different atmosphere, I think, watching it on a computer screen than it is actually being there.
I'd say so, yeah. It's yeah, you do miss well, I miss the human interaction of actually, the sort of bouncing off an audience sort of thing. And yeah, I miss the compliments, let's be honest. I miss people coming up and saying you're good.
She's only had me for the
Yeah,
past few
he's a
months,
doer.
telling her she needs to do better.
Aye, so that's not great, is it? For my self-confidence. So I miss that a lot, and I miss sort of traveling up and down and seeing lovely places as well. And yeah, just the thrill of actually performing on stage. Remember getting nervous before going? You actually know, I'm not talking to the wrong person. He's never nervous. I remember nervous before getting on stage, and I kind of miss that little butterflies thing you get in your stomach before you go on. And yeah, hopefully we can get that back.
Cool. Right, back to you guys. We'll get over the depressing COVID.
Hooray! One day.
So there's one thing I do want to ask, because obviously we're trying to support like independent artists, bands, and all that lot, share it as much as we can. But I would like to hear from you. How can people watching this support you, or what is the best way to support you?
That's another one for you as well.
Have to support us.
I just make dry, acerbic remarks in between.
In between the actual advice. The best thing, if you want to keep up to date with our new releases, which are not going to be 2030, there'll be a lot of stuff coming out in 2021 if I have anything to say about it. So you can follow us on Spotify, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We're all over all those things. If you want to actually buy the single, you can buy it on Bandcamp and you can buy it on iTunes. Don't snigger at buying music. What a concept, I know. But yes, you can do that. You can also pre-save our upcoming single, Nuclear, which is coming out at the end of January. There's a DistroKid sort of hyperlink thing that you can just enter. I think you just sign to Spotify and then it's pre-saved. And what that'll do is that'll land it right in your like sort of Spotify homepage on the day of release, so you'll be one of the first people to hear it as well. And we also have a YouTube, so yeah, you can subscribe to YouTube as well. All this depends on whether or not you can spell our name, but if you can, you'll find us.
It'll be on the title to the video, so
hooray!
People can copy and paste.
Good, yeah, that's easier. That's fine.
And post-COVID, once everything's back to normal, where would you like to be?
We're gigging with ABBA, I guess. Yeah. Gigging with ABBA. We'd like to do, I mean, in my head, I'm thinking like a little UK tour could be nice.
A UK tour? Settle down.
All right. A live gig, I guess. There we go.
A tour here in Aberdeen.
Here in Aberdeen and nowhere in between. Yeah. I'd like to do, we haven't really got a live set together because obviously with COVID, it's not really been that, prioritized really.
I still don't know how we're gonna do it live. There's
You've
a lot
got
of stuff
right.
in
I'm
our
leaving
tracks.
it to him. So he can sort that out. And once we do, I'd say we're hoping summer 2021 or that sort of time, maybe late summer.
I'll start pulling my weight.
Yep, you start pulling his weight. We'll have a gig
together.
Time. Yeah. We'll have either an online streaming thing, like I said, from hopefully a nice Edinburgh venue with a couple of actual audience members. That'd be really cool. Or we'll just have it all online and just have some really nice footage, more content for the dark age of COVID, I guess. Yeah.
Can't wait.
Can't wait. Future's bright. Future's COVID. Sorry.
And what is the best way for people getting in touch with you?
The best way is you can DM us on all the social media things because I'm on there pretty much constantly these days. Sorry?
Shout us in the street as well.
Shout us on the street, that's a good one, yeah.
Her, not me, I don't.
Yeah, he's barely on the thing. You might recognize him, you won't recognize him. You can also email us at gefahrgeist@gmail.com, or if you want to just find an easier, actually it's not even that easier, my email address is just as bad because you've got my last name to deal with. Never mind. Gefahrgeist@gmail.com would be the best way to get in touch with us, I'd say.
And then before we go, is there any messages you have that you would like to share?
Messages?
No, I haven't told anyone.
You could say hi to your dad or your brother, but fine.
Well, I had them this morning, so
you said hi this morning on the phone. I'll say hi to my family then, because they're probably going to be watching. So hi guys.
Go ahead.
Sorry Christmas isn't happening, but we'll work something out.
I like that.
That's
I would
one way
also
to tell
like to
them.
say hi to Fiona's family.
There we go. Oh dear. Thank you, Jenny. It's really fun.
Oh, it's been Maybe I shouldn't have asked that question. I don't know.
No, you're good. You're good. It was great.
Been interesting.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting one. Yeah, hopefully, yeah.
If they watch it all the way to the end, anyway.
There you go. Exactly. Your dad won't. My dad might.
It's been an absolute pleasure talking to you. I don't think I've
you very
laughed
much.
as much as I have.
Yay!
I've been deadly serious this whole time.
He's been super serious. We're glad we made you laugh. That's fun. And we had a really good time as well. It was really fun.
Yeah.
Thank
Thanks
you
for the
so
good
much.
questions.
Before you go,